So while we are at it, before we get too emotional and too driven away with all of this stuff, I have a little twist to our conversation. I have a little rapid fire round, and yeah, let me get started. If you are ready.
Okay, yes. I think we have to be ready anyway.
Yes. So it's a rapid fire round, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
So you can answer in turns. What's your go-to comfort food during a stressful week, Sonia?
Kebab.
Kebab. How about you, Asanthika?
Rice and curry.
Rice and curry. Good. That's for me too. If you weren't in academia or IT, what career do you think you'd be doing instead, Sonia?
Maybe law.
Uh-huh. How about you, Asanthika?
I have no idea.
I've always been a lecturer.
No, actually, I didn't think I had any career aspirations.
A fashion designer.
Perhaps, who knows?
And what's your favorite way to de-stress?
Eat and a nice chat with my family or friends.
Oh, me too, all of that. How about you, Asanthika?
Reading. Reading something outside of my work.
Okay, I was going to say reading for reading. Okay.
No. Read a fiction. A good fiction can take me somewhere else. Entirely.
Beautiful. Yeah, sometimes we just need to time travel.
Yes.
One word students would use to describe you, Sonia.
Oh, you should ask students, right? Wrong question, I believe.
What do you think?
What I think?
Because sometimes we have this impression, like, you might be thinking this about me.
Yeah, maybe strict to the rules. I believe so.
We can ask Rain.
Yeah, I was saying, but I was okay, she's behind the camera, okay. Should I point her or not? And I was okay.
Can you answer this for me?
Stick to the rules.
How about you, Asanthika?
That was the one word I had, strict.
Strict. Okay, we have very strict lecturers on camera today, okay? But they're very happy and genuine human beings.
One lecturer told me, apparently, for some kind of a deadline, he has CC'd me because... Yes, strict came to my mind straight away.
Okay, so last one. Most used phrase in class by you?
Oh.
Because we're used to repeating stuff subconsciously, we don't know. We can do a lecture session right here and then try to pick some
Rain
word.
because she's currently in my class.
Because you can maybe think of something. So, I don't know. That's
I don't
really
know.
hard. Don't know.
Oh,
This
okay,
is not the
you don't know, okay.
Yeah.
I think for me these days, because there are a lot of assignments coming up, and something I've been constantly telling was, I can give you 100, but where you end up is up to you. I've been saying this constantly.
Oh yeah, I can give you 100, but where you end up is up to you. Because it's not the numbers, the grades, the quantitative stuffs that's going to define where you're going to be, right? It's so real and a very impactful message. Yeah.
I think with this, if I relate, so I can just use to tell them that learning matters more.
Yeah.
You know, like grades is okay.
Exactly.
You see if you can understand what we are doing.
Yeah, okay. That was amazing. Thank you so much for this amazing rapid fire round. And I'm so sorry for torturing you if I did in any way.
No, you didn't. Don't worry. That's fine.
And for today's episode, we are joined by the two incredible lecturers at AIC, the two IT lecturers, Sonia and Asanthika. Both of them bring years of international experience across research, networking, telecommunications, AI, and higher education. And also they have a huge expertise in terms of emerging AI and UX engineering. Welcome to the show, Sonia and Asanthika. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's so exciting that we can finally do this together because we've tried for so long and we can finally make this happen. So let's start with lighter questions for starters. So we were both supposed to be there at the Women's Day panel initially, right?
Yes.
How does it feel being in the other side of the microphone? Not in a panel setting, but in this setting. How does it feel for you today? How do you feel, Sonia?
I think this is also good. The panel setting might be a more broader perspective. So this is more, directed to our specific area and everything. So I think it's more comfortable for me.
Right. And how about you, Asanthika? How are you feeling today?
First of all, apologies for not being able to make it to the panel. But yeah, I was looking forward to it. But as Sonia said, this is more catered to tech and women in tech. So I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to be here today.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And it's a huge privilege to have both of you here today. And sharing this space with you together is another next level privilege and luxury for me as a student here at AIC. And yeah, so if you were a part of the panel, what would the topic that you would like to talk about, like just thinking from that perspective, imagine yourself being in the panel, what would be the aspects that you would have loved to discuss?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yep.
Okay. So if I were in the panel, I think because I'm someone coming from tech and someone also in the education, so that would be my perspective, how women perceive tech and where we are currently and where we can go.
Beautiful. How about you, Sonia?
Yeah, my focus is more communications. So, like we have different specialized area. So my perspective would be that how, what's the women role in having that better communication, not only in tech field, definitely in the tech field, but overall in the society as well. So the vital role the women are playing.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, then congratulations to all of us, because that's the exact thing that we'll be discussing about today on this episode of WhatsUpAIC, the Duos season featuring two amazing, incredible female lecturers, IT lecturers here on campus. Did you always imagine, being in this field of IT? Did you always imagine working in this tech side of the world growing up? What was it like for you, Sonia? Like, did you imagine working in this IT?
Growing up? No. Yeah, so like when I was growing, I was like look forward to my grandfather. He was a lawyer, so I was like, okay, I want to go in law. But then the things change and the directions changes, and then I ended up in IT. And then so now I'm in IT for.
What about academia? Did you think you would be a lecturer?
Yeah, I think because I always love communicating and going into more details of the stuff and explaining and all those things. So yes, once I step into the IT, then yes, the lecture side or the teaching side is something which I think I can say
was born alongside with.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you, Asanthika? Did you imagine doing IT for your life? Like what was your
I can give a very
initially?
simple answer to that. No. I've never imagined myself, first of all, being in tech, specifically in IT. And being a lecturer as a small girl, let's say, around 8, 10, no, it wasn't in my plans, I mean, at that time, this was like, I think when I was around a teenage, around 18, and once I get into IT, yes, I knew this is something I wanted to do. Because previously, before that, I was, because we didn't have much choices. Like when I was 17, 18, that was the time we were getting ready to pursue something that we wanted, but we didn't have much choices.
Right.
It's like very tailored streams. You go into arts, commerce,
coming from our parts of the world, like the South Asian parts of the world, right?
So bioscience, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an engineer, do maths. That's all the choices I had. I did maths. I liked it, but then again, there were things I couldn't avoid, like chemistry. I still have no idea what I did at the time. So yeah, I felt certain things at that phase of my life that ultimately took me to a different direction into IT. The moment I started IT, yes, I love continuous problem solving, continuous learning. That get me keep going in IT. And I think helping my friends during my bachelor's degree took me to a different turn in my life into academia. With their feedback, I said, okay, I can teach. So that's where it started.
That's when the teacher took birth.
Yeah. And it never stopped.
And here you are now, both of you challenging the so-called status quo of the society, being that super savvy lecturers for IT here at AIC. Amazing. And we're so fortunate to have you as a part of this family. So, was there a moment when you felt, the specific moment, like, this is what I'm going to do for my life. This is what I'm going to do lecturing. I'm going to be an academic for my life. Was there any specific moment that you would like to shine a light on WhatsUpAIC today?
Okay. I think for me, I told you, like, I did maths for my A-levels and I didn't get the results I wanted to. That felt like the first time I failed in my life because it was not what I expected. But then I get into IT somehow. That makes sense to me.
Right.
And I think the moment that changed my life, like I wanted to do this, was when I got the results for my first semester. I think that what I failed, it turned into a success, and I got a good GPA. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. It makes sense to me. I'm not going to change my path. So I think that moment in that first semester, perhaps like 19 years ago,
Beautiful.
that's when I decided I'm going to continue.
Really. How about you, Sonia? Was there any specific moment that you really thought, okay, this is what I'm going to continue doing in my life forever and ever?
Yeah, so it's basically not any specific moment I can point out, but various, moments where I feel proud when I see my students getting, going into the industry, getting the success, getting all the success and everything. And that makes me feel that, so in this field, I can actually have the chance to make some difference in somebody else's life, and then maybe, going further to the society and other steps. So just having this chance with me, that, okay, I can contribute some difference, is something which makes me feel that, yes, this is the point, like I want to be a lecturer. I want to go.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Asanthika and Sonia. And about you, thank you so much for sharing so, confidently about where you come from and everything, Asanthika. Like, that can really be an inspiring story for a lot of students to look back at and, just keep going and not let the laybacks actually drag them down in the journey of life and education so far. And it's really strong and empowering coming from somebody like you. So talking to Sonia, your journey spans across multiple countries and multiple dimensions, and you hold years of experience in academia and research. What initially grew your, attention towards telecommunications, networking, and computer science? Because that's what your PhD is related to, right? So can you talk a little bit about your motivation behind all of that?
Yeah. So my doctorate is in telecommunications. You are correct about that. From my undergrad, I love when I was studying, so I loved the networking course. So I was like, okay, so it looks, or it feels so amazing that how the machines can actually talk with each other.
Yeah.
Because at that time, like I'm an old person, so at that time the IT was very new. So that inspires me, and I want to dig down into it. And then moving further, I chose my master's research in it. That my master's research was basically a combination of AI and satellite comm. And from there, then I chose satellite. So it took me totally towards telecom. So that's something which fascinates me and leads me towards that. Another contributing factor is that in my family, I have some other people, like my sister. She was also in networks. So when I saw her, so I was like, when I was like seeing her growing and everything, I was, that's great. So I can also be in that field.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the people around us who encourage us to pick stuff and make choices and decisions.
Yes, definitely. Like my undergrad was in and master's was in from the women only university. So my computer sciences teachers do, they are females and they are also working with networks and everything. So the idea which usually with the networks comes that it's only for, it's not for girls, that type of thing. So that's something which wiped from my mind earlier, at the early age. No, that's something like, if you decide you want to do something, you should pursue for it, and you can do it.
Right? Keep going.
Regardless
of the gender.
Yes, regardless of the gender.
Exactly. Because a lot of females, especially, they, there's very little amount of females in tech classrooms. So what do you think, are the reason for this underrepresentation of women in STEM? What do you think are the reasons of, women being really underrepresented in tech fields? Asanthika, what do you think?
I think for me, the main reason is the typical stereotypes that's coming from the society, that perhaps there are certain jobs that is not suitable for female. I mean, unfortunately, it's even still true, even though we are living in 21st century.
The stereotype is true.
The stereotype, not that female can work in it. So I think mainly that might be perhaps one of the reasons. The other reason I would see would be not having enough role models in tech that small girls can relate to. Because growing up, at least for me, I couldn't find someone in my closer vicinity that I could talk to about IT. I could easily find a doctor somewhere around in my extended family, or someone who's in, as Sonia mentioned, in law or in any other career, but not someone specifically in IT who could be a programmer, software engineer, or anyone like that. I couldn't find anyone like that. And I think that could create a seed of doubt, because then it created a question like, do we actually belong in this? I think that could be one of the things. But I think fortunately, over the time, it has improved. It is improving.
Right. And it is up to you guys, like to be able to change this statement so far, raising students like us, guiding students like us and mentoring students like us and setting examples. Like you mentioned earlier, like we didn't have enough examples to look up to and enough people within our vicinity to discuss the same language that we would understand one another in. So yeah, it is up to us. I think it is up to the generation that's right now to be able to break these kind of definitions and to be able to break through these minority situations. So have you seen things improve over years? Sonia, what do you think in these misrepresentation aspects?
For me, I have a slightly different lens towards it. So yes, women are underrepresented, or you can, as you're saying, but I think then we should take pride. It means we are special. We have the courage to actually step into the field where people still have doubts in women. So we can prove them wrong, So for me, it's more like take it as a compliment, okay? That, you are women and you are tech. Oh, yes, thank you so much for acknowledging that.
That's complimenting enough already.
Complimenting it. It means that, like we are putting efforts, we are building towards that. And people recognizing this and even saying it from the other way around are basically, in other words, start actually recognizing that women can be represented in these fields, in the tech field. And I think, yes, this is getting much, more and more improved as we are in 2026. I'm shocked to hear what Asanthika has just shared. I have no idea about that. But yes, I think it really has improved. And in my opinion, we should be, proud of this.
And no wonder, like you started in AI way before the AI hype started, right? I remember the date you mentioned for your PhD was in
I completed my PhD in 2009.
2009, you see, and that's when she did her PhD, and it was already about AI and telecommunications and something about LLM, machine learning, and all of that, right? And that actually shows your will to stand out among the crowd of people and your courage to, just keep taking these brave steps towards these spaces. So that's really wonderful. Yeah. I would like to learn more about your PhD, actually, what it was about and the topics.
So the LLM model, which you was mentioning, is about my master's research. Okay, it was not PhD.
Okay.
Yeah. So for my PhD, it's more about, like, I always love to work in areas which can really have impact on the society. So my PhD work is basically on disaster communications.
All right.
So it was like, I started my PhD back in 2005. So I'm from Pakistan originally. So we had a very bad earthquake at that time there. So people were really, faced issues because lack of communication, because, the original infrastructure has gone down and everything. And at that time, I have read the report from Red Cross. They were saying that, like 80% of the deaths happen not at the time of disaster, rather after 2 hours after the disaster, because the response, rescue, and all those things, support, aid cannot reach them in time. So my work is basically trying to come up with the idea that how these death tolls can be reduced. So I have designed system and protocols where the people who are maybe under rubble, maybe, trapped, anything no infrastructure, but if they have a working cell phone, their cell phones can make an ad hoc network and they can just send an SOS signal saying that, like, we are 25 here. So when the response teams reach there, they don't know where to start because it's a huge area, covering kilometers of land. So if they are receiving those signals, they at least know from where to at least start or dispatch some of their response teams there. So the help can reach to those people in need earlier, and there is the chance of ability that we can save more lives.
That's amazing. And that was also the time when cell phones were not really famous, yet you decided to work towards something futuristic. And that's amazing. And also, Asanthika, you've been a part of a lot of student-related projects and all the research on campus itself, because you've spent a lot of time at AIC itself already. And what's your take on this one, like for the AI in helping humans?
Yeah, so as Sonia mentioned, I think all IT lecturers specifically, we really like to move forward with impactful research because whatever we are doing, it needs to help someone ultimately. Otherwise, there's no point of introducing new things into the knowledge domain without making some impact. So my research is a little bit different. I'm on the other spectrum of what Sonia is doing. I don't like hardware. So in IT, it's a huge umbrella. So I'm more into software engineering or UX engineering kind of work. But I think my PhD was specifically on computer science education.
Right.
But I work in different other fields. But what I wanted to understand is because we see a lot of students who's coming into IT, but then again, they struggle, specifically in their first year. Sometimes this could be because they don't have a prior experience or they're not sure why they are in IT. So my work basically looked at helping novices, trying to figure out how they're thinking cognitively. Why does it make it difficult for them to move from one point to another? So I've been involved in a lot of research projects within AIC and outside of AIC. And recently, one of my projects I'm working on, we are looking into agentic AI and how that could impact education.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, because I think we have moved away from generative AI now. Because if you're in IT, you just need to rapidly change yourself, learn new things and move on. So I think we are slowly moving away from generative AI, even though we are hugely using it.
While we were talking about it, can you just briefly discuss, explain to the audience who are unaware about agentic AI, how is it different from the generative AI? Like, is it a next level AI or what?
Yeah, you can simply explain it like that. But generative AI, I think everyone knows ChatGPT, right? So it's more about prompting things and then it will generate knowledge on their own. But agentic AI is more towards combining a lot of different components together. And then we can bring, if you want to explain it, like life into it. So it could be some kind of it's not only a chatbot that you can chat towards, but it's an agent more alive. For an example, I think IT department was involved in developing Nora to one of the panel discussions we had. So it makes it more interactive, as if you're talking to a person. So that's the main difference. I mean, technically, there are a lot of other differences into it, but this is something you can actually bring into classrooms in a lot of different ways, rather than them chatting or the students chatting into and prompting certain things without knowing or making it personalized. Agentic AI can bring in that flavor into it. I personally believe that AI can't replace everything human can do.
Right.
Even though I'm coming from IT perspective, there are certain things that human needs to input into it.
Exactly. And that's where this recent thing that I read comes in, I guess. It's not the humans, it's not the AI that's going to take over the world, but it's the humans who are equipped with AI that's going to take over the world, right? So it's all up to us to keep up with the trend or just stay behind and keep fighting against the existence of such technologies. And Sonia, do you think there is a lot of integration and, AI being used by students on class lately? How do you see this in terms of education?
Yeah, I think there is, and it's really good, because this is like what we are aiming for at AIC, that we want to generate the most employable graduates, right? So nowadays, if they will go outside and they say, oh, I don't know about AI or how to use AI. So it's basically now we are not working towards that, mission or goal and everything. So yes, they are using it and it's okay to use it. But the main thing is that it's not that it's bad to involve AI in the learning. It's more that you should use it responsibly. With responsible, with all the ethical values and everything. So mindful use of AI is something which needs to be encouraged. Using AI in learning and other things is something which can really help you go to the next level, achieve, higher grades, but you should be doing it responsibly.
Right.
So that's something which...
But back in 2009, did you see AI going this far? Did you already predict that it would be an everyday thing?
No, because like as Asanthika was explaining genetic and agenetics, so like just telling you a small thing. With the agenetic, it's more about agents. So you can think of agents like, human agents. So, but the main thing is that you specify them with some goal. So they are more goal oriented. As Asanthika explained, we are working on a project. So our agent more is, the goal is to have our assessments marked, as per the marking rubrics, consistency, fairness, and all those things. So that will be the goal of that agent. So you can specify the goals and same like, you can have agents which can help you achieve more learning, like giving you more examples if you stuck at some point and everything. It's really good.
We really hope this only works towards the better and Nora lives on at AIC. So what's one thing that AI can genuinely improve in education and one thing that AI will never replace? But I think we've discussed about the thing that AI is never going to replace. That's a human factor. But what's one thing that AI is going to help improve in the improvement of education?
I think for me, based on my experience so far, one thing AI can really help with is personalized learning. Because when you're in a class with 30, 40 students, it's not possible, humanly possible to teach everyone separately. So it's more of a common ground. But where AI can help is to tailor certain things to certain student needs. So I think definitely personalized learning and catering to certain student needs, or perhaps sometimes some students might relate more to a certain context rather than the other students. So this personalizing is something AI can definitely help with. The only thing with AI is what I think is if AI does not replace the learning process, it's totally fine. So that's what we are trying to do and give out our message. And if you talk to our students, they know there are certain guidelines, rules they need to follow with AI. It's just because of this reason. You need to be fundamentally very strong about whatever you are doing. And after that, yes, AI can come into the play.
Make sure you don't lose your own cognitive abilities while you're, adapting to this new thing and being, learning and just understanding what the other thing produces for you rather than thinking for yourself. Is that the only thing that we are looking after?
Yes,
one of them.
One of them, yes.
Yes, no wonder. Well, it really tells that you've been recently recognized as for your both teaching and doctoral research journey. You've been nominated as one of the excellent lecturers at AIC. Does that really feel like a validation for you? And like after everything that you've been that you went through in the past, does it feel like a moment of validation and accomplishment?
A pause and yes.
A pause and yes. True. I mean, those are achievements, of course. I feel proud of myself. But more than an achievement, I think all these awards and things, they give a validation to what I'm doing. Because to be a lecturer, I think the most important thing is the passion that you carry towards to make a change in someone else's life. And to seeing our students pave their own way, it's very rewarding as a lecturer, because I've seen students who start with very low confidence, specifically being in IT, it's very new to them. And then seeing them after 3 years and the way they have achieved things in their lives, that is a very rewarding experience. And having these recognitions, I think, give me a validation that whatever I'm doing is right. And make some impact on someone else's life.
Also reflecting to your past self and the present self, and also looking up to the future self. It must really be a validation.
Yeah, I've done a lot of redirections in my life.
Exactly.
There were obstacles, there were fallbacks, there were situations I felt I can't come out of it. And to see where I've come today, that's definitely
that's really resilient enough and courageous enough. And Sonia, after years of experience, in education and research yourself, do you think actually recognitions actually changes the way educators see themselves in this journey of life?
It's if I would say no, that will be not correct. Yes, I think as humans, everyone needs recognition to keep going, encouragement and everything. But the way of recognition can be very different. It's not necessarily to be always an award, so that, this is the award and everything. It can be that you feel proud when you just see your student achieving, something really good in the life or something. Sometimes you feel very good, or like you have that recognition when you see that some student who was not doing great in the beginning of the course has achieved A grade. You say, oh wow, okay. So it means that working with that student at the personal level or encourage them. So there are different ways that the recognition can be.
These are equally silent, but at the same time so loud enough to speak to ourselves, and that can feel really accomplishing for us individually. And I can totally relate to this as well, like the small moments of victory we kind of give to ourselves every day. So I can totally tell how rewarding it must feel as lecturers to watch your students grow.
Because the main thing is that if you want to pursue something and you want to keep going in that path, the main thing is that you need to be satisfied, within yourself. And this satisfaction cannot just come out with those loud cheers. Yes, that can contribute. But as you are saying that, that sometimes those silent things which you are getting in and which is telling you, reinforcing, reassuring, yes, you are doing great. You are moving further. And yes, keep going.
And as females in this space of a marathon, we have so much to accomplish, and there's so many things to do, so many things to be, and we are still doing this every day, not giving up. And we like to get troubled until it's okay. It's, worth it to be troubled enough every day. All right. But you once mentioned that resilience being one of the biggest lessons for your journey. Asanthika, what does resilience mean to you today if you were to, describe it in one sentence?
I think not giving up.
Beautiful.
You just should not give up. I mean, there might be fallouts. You might feel like you're burning out, crashing down, but just crash down. It's not a problem, but crash down with a plan to come back up. That's resilience to me, which I've been doing for a very long time.
That's so inspirational for a lot of students and, especially women and females watching this today, I guess, because not giving up is so important in life, regardless of where we come from and what actually happened to us in the past or in the present or what's going to happen to us in the future. And Sonia, you've spent years working across education, research, technology, internationally. What impact do you think that your work leaves behind in students' lives, and what's that one impact that you would like to leave behind?
I think they love to work in tech. The main core is that, they try to dig down and understand what's the reason behind the stuff rather than just, like superficially looking at the stuff and going towards that. So I tried my best to bring that why factor in the classroom. I love that. Like if this is happening, okay, why this is happening? Okay, if this protocol is working, okay, why? What's going on behind the scene? Because I believe that basically adds to their critical thinking, which is really important in every field of life. So it's not only in the field of tech, but like when you are even moving further. So before taking any decision in your life, you can just stay there for a couple of minutes, think for a couple of minutes and say, okay, why I'm going to take this? What's impact I'm aiming for or something,
Amazing.
Like that.
That's such a beautiful piece to leave with and, to look up to. Thank you so much for doing this with me today. I think that was it. And it was really amazing having you both. And thank you so much for making time for me and for this sacred space that we share called WhatsUpAIC on campus.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. It's a
Yes.
privilege.
So that was an amazing conversations with two incredible Wahine on campus, Sonia and Asanthika, the IT lecturers. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And let us know who you want to watch next on WhatsApp AIC. Until then, kakiteano. See you soon.